All right, guys. Hello and welcome to another video of picks and predictions. Today we are going to be talking about the IEM Rio that's coming up tomorrow. So straight up to the RMR, straight up the LCQ from for Paris. We're going into the next event, very far from Europe, back to Brazil after the last year's major. We have the IEM Rio. Now we have a lot of interesting teams already showing up there, and two groups, the usual format that ESL does, and total of 16 teams for the prize pool of $250,000. And we're going to be talking about today about the potential, of the groups and the potential winner. I got the odds and the matchups for the very first round, and we're gonna basically talk about all these things right now on the video, and we're gonna post it up tonight. So like I said, the openers are tomorrow, which is unusual for me. Usually, we have the event start on Tuesday or Wednesday, but this one is starting Monday, so we don't have any breaks. We have the games tomorrow because of the time zones. The games will be starting around 5:15 at 4 o'clock, and they're going to be playing through the night. So, and also I got the exclusive co-streaming rights from ESL to do this myself. So you should be expecting stream for that. But before we get into the thing, just want to remind you guys the 1xBet is an official sponsor of this. An official partner of this show and channel, and make sure if you go there and check it out, make sure you use code 1x Kassad or Kassad 1x to get up to 130 euro bonus. So it's a pretty decent platform. They offer a lot of stuff for sports, esports, and everything. So make sure you check it out. So basically, right now we're going to be jumping into the Group A, where we have Heroic Ninen, Big Mouse, NIP Imperial, and the Mongols against Navi in that first opener. So starting from the very beginning, we have Heroic and Ninen, the team that actually surprised everyone and qualified for the Legend stage in the upcoming major that's going to be in 3 weeks in Paris, the very last CS:GO major, and they defeated Vitality, G2, and I can't remember who else, but they managed to get to the legend stage, and they're skipping the first part, so it's really good for them. Now they're traveling to Rio to play against Heroic. They have some chances here. Heroic on the other side is one of the strongest teams at the moment right now. They ran through the RMRs and qualify for the legend stage themselves, and I do believe they are going to be one of the main contenders here. Now this matchup should be interesting simply because it's a best of one, and Nine they're not really scared to play against anyone. So I do believe it can be a pretty open matchup. And I know that Heroic is not always the best team in these openers. In best of ones, especially, they tend to stumble sometimes and play a little slow. But overall, it should be a fairly interesting game. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm probably going to be streaming that one too. So the second game on the opener day on Group A would be Big against Mouse. Now we saw Big in that crushing defeat against Cloud9 in the last chance qualifier for Rio. They were devastated. It's like when you have this type of situation and you have to travel on the very same day to Rio to play another event, it doesn't really sit well with you. The thing is, like, it's the mentality is a little bit fucked at that moment, and the confidence is a little bit low. So I don't really expect Big to kind of show anything here all that much. I think Mouse on the other side, who also qualified for the major, is gonna be a massive favorite here, especially in the best of one. I don't see Big winning this one at all, and I do believe that Mouse is gonna send Big to lower bracket here because, like I said, Big is just in a tough spot right now. If they qualify for the major, I would probably think different, but they didn't qualify. It's okay, emotional. We can see that after the interviews and everything that happened in the after the RMR and the LCQ they played, they seem drained completely. Once you're drained, I'm talking from experience. Once you're drained and you have to travel to another continent to play another event, it doesn't really go well for you. So Mouse is definitely the favorite here. NIP against Imperial. Now this is a very interesting game. So I do believe that Imperial has a decent chance to win this one. NIP is looking like they're like all over the place. I don't know what's happening with Alexi. I don't know what's happening with Roland. I don't know what's happening with Hattrick. He's not performing like they thought he will, and just underwhelming overall. I don't see any value in betting on NIP here or actually them winning in this game or anything like that. I do believe Imperial has a decent chance. Imperial, who got this invite because VP, who is another topic for themselves, I think they gave up the spot, and Imperial just jump in. jumped in to be the filler team. So they're not going to be without chances here. I think they can play well in their home country, and I think they're going to be playing well against NIP. NIP is notorious for, like, I don't remember them playing good best of ones, the openers. I remember the last Rio major, was it? They opened up really bad as well. So it's just a great value on Imperial here. So Mongols against Navi. What do you say about, like, Navi? They qualified very easily for the major. They played very well. They beat, I believe, FaZe and in a best of three, and then I don't think they dropped a map or anything. So overall, I think that they should win this opener pretty easily. They should win the next one relatively easily as well. So that would put them in the playoffs immediately on that very day. So it's just very, very easy path to the playoffs for Navi. On the other side, we have Mongols who qualified through the major as well, I believe. Yeah, they defeated Rare Atom and Greyhound, and I think they are in the challenger stage. So it's good on them, but they had to travel all the way to Brazil. So I don't think that's going to sit well with them, and I do think they're going to lose this game. And after that, I'm really not sure what's going to happen, but depending on who they meet. But they are not the team they were before, like when they were the IHC and had score. I do think they're going to be much weaker on this type of events, and Navi should run away with this one. So that kind of covers the opener round of the A group. Now we can switch to the B group. We have FaZe against 9Z. 9Z is a team that's the South American team that you can see here, and it's like they have some decent piece of DGT and Try, and, like, it's a okay lineup. Maybe they can do. We expected more from them in the past, but they didn't deliver. Now they went quiet. They lost their coach like a few months ago, and Zach. And then I think it's just I don't see them having any chance against FaZe. I think FaZe, who qualified for the major against Cloud9 yesterday, it was just crazy, and I think that's going to be a confidence buff for them, and I think they're going to run through the bracket as well. They're going to get into the playoffs without any problems. Now, FaZe, I don't know if they're going to, because they had to fly immediately after the last chance qualifier. I think they're gonna be a little bit jet lagged, because I was flying to Brazil last year. It wasn't so easy, but overall, I think they should win this game. Now we come to the most interesting game of the actual first round matchups. It's Fury against Fnatic. Fury will be the favorite here. I don't think Fnatic can, they qualified relatively easy for the major, and I do think, that's even though people think they had an easy way in, and I think it doesn't really matter, because they played really good, and also I think they're gonna do well here, but I think they're gonna lose to Fury. I think Fury is gonna be playing much better on the home turf rather than the other events. They managed to get the legend spot over Liquids, which is also good for them. So they might be in a good spot. They flew back to Brazil. It's a relatively easy trip, and playing in front of home crowd is a different story. So we know that they played the quarterfinals or semifinals the last major. So overall, I think they're going to win this one and book themselves a matchup with FaZe. Vitality got to the legend spot somehow with that abysmal T side. I don't know how they did it. It's just so underwhelming when I'm watching them. The whole T side is just around. It's just such a messy thing. So if Zaibu doesn't play well, or Magis doesn't play well, or Spinks doesn't play well, they're in such a trouble. Against OG here, the odds are too low, I think, to take them. There's some value on OG, who is in their own, bad situation right now. So it's just, I don't know what's going to be the thing with them when they actually are they going to solve their problems. They qualified for major as well. They're going to be boot camping here in Belgrade up until the major. So overall, I do believe that they think it's going well for them, but I don't think it's going so good for them. And I do think that this might be an interesting game, simply because it's the best of one. If it was best of three, I wouldn't even think about it. But maybe OG has a chance based on Vitality's T side, not just because I think OG is like good or anything, because they're not. But Vitality has a terrible T side. They can lose 11, 12 rounds easily, because they're just awful right now on the T side. The thing is, like, as well, we have the fact that they qualify for Legends, which is a massive goal for them. Coming into this event might be a little they might be a little emotionally drained after all this. So there is a chance for OG. So these best of ones can be filled with some upsets. So, and I think that's a nice segue for the next game that we have in the last game of this first round matchup. I think that MIBR and Cloud9, MIBR has definitely a chance here because Cloud9 has not qualified for the major, which was absolutely devastating for them. They lost to FaZe, they lost to Ants, they lost to Monty, they lost to, I believe, one more team. I can't remember who it was, but they lost 4 times in that RMR, and they think that, it's rightfully so they got eliminated, even though they think it might be unfair with the draw and everything. But once you lose 4 times to a certain event, you should be eliminated. So they're coming after all these like troubles and all the disaster they had into Brazil to play the event. So I don't think it's gonna go easy for them at all. I mean, they might have a dead team buff because I do expect a couple of changes coming into the next part of the season. So they might get this dead team buff and get super deep, but I wouldn't bet on it. That's the thing. I really wouldn't bet on that one because they looked really, the body language, the whole vibe around them looked really, really bad. The only one who was actually showing anything was Shiro and somewhat Hobbit. So I do think that, if they don't show up, they're going to be losing every single game. They might get eliminated super early on. So I think that's either they get eliminated immediately or they get a super buff of a dead team and make it to the semis or the finals. But I don't know. I don't know what to think. So I do believe that covers like all the first round matchups. We can talk about the potential winner right here. For me, I think that might be Heroic, but let's go to the 1x bet and see what the odds are for this event. Let's go sports. Then we have esports, CS:GO, and then IEM Rio. So as you can see here, Imperial at 2.6 to win against NIP, as my cat is going pretty crazy. Stop doing that, beži tam, ajde. Well, 2.6 against an NIP on Imperial best of one, that's something that definitely worth taking. I don't think there is like NIP should be such a big favorites here, even though they might win, but I don't think they should be favorites. Mongols, Navi, definitely Navi on this one. I think they are much stronger right now. 9 in against Heroic. I have to pick Heroic, even though there is value on 9 in here at 3.4. I don't think it should be overlooked, but I think Heroic might win this one simply because they had more time to rest and after the RMR. Oh my god! After the RMR, they actually they had a lot of time to prepare for this one, so it should be fine. Like I said, Mouse against Big, I'm going Mouse all the way. 150 is a pretty decent odd. Mouse tends to play these best of ones decently, and Big is in a big trouble. And MIBR Cloud9, definitely the value is on MIBR. I don't think it should be this odd, like all this much. Like, let's see all markets. We don't have the rounds yet, but they should be up tomorrow, maybe over 25.5. It's a decent one. We'll see what happens there, but maybe we should avoid this one for now. Vitality OG, like I said, the value is definitely on OG. You can triple your money, but I'm going to wait for the map and the over-under. FaZe against 9Z, I have to pick FaZe here because I don't trust them. And then Furia, the odds jumped a little bit for Furia. It was 165, now it's 171, definitely worth taking. So if you combine all of these things in the first round, like these 5 games, what you have Imperial, Heroic, Mouse, FaZe, and Furia, you get odds about 11. So that could be a decent AKA for you for like 1/3 of a unit, 1/4 of a unit. So you can maybe, get 10 times your stake. Now, let me see if... okay, we do have it in right now for IEM Rio winner. So what do we have? We have different matchups here. So we can go for the straight winner. The offer is 5 on a Navi and 4 on FaZe Clan. Heroic offers 4.5. I do believe that Heroic has the best chance. I don't think FaZe, they are known for like having this like post-event, what do you call it? Like rest or hangover or whatever, hangover, whatever. So I don't think they're gonna take it, but I think the best chance is for Heroic here. Let's see what we have. So I think the best chance are definitely for Heroic and for Navi, which offers you 4.5 or 5. Maybe, just maybe, Furia to win at 12. It's not the worst thing that you can bet on right now, simply because it's Rio, it's like post RMR, so there is a chance. But my money is probably gonna go on Heroic to win this one, and because I think they're bound to win one of these events now, simply because they lost a couple of finals and they're playing really well now, so they should be at least top 4 here. So I don't think that you have the Heroic to reach the finals at 225. That's also a decent odd that you can take. So yeah, definitely something that we can work on. I think that covers pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about for this IEM Rio preview kind of thing. We have the first round matchups, the odds, the potential, like, winners and losers. But if you guys like this content, then make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment. What's your prediction? What do you have like for us for tomorrow? This video will be going one day before the event itself, so you have enough time to think about it. And make sure to leave a comment. Like I said, like and subscribe to our channel. It means a lot. We're going to be posting a lot of this content in the future as well as the events come up. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.